Good morning, Mr. Silva.
Good morning, Honor.
Mr. Silva, you're charged with 2 cases. Charged driving while intoxicated. You're also charged with possession of marijuana. Is the weed case getting dismissed, Mr. Izaguirre?
Yes, the POM, yes, that's right.
Okay, so it looks like as part of the plea bargain agreement, they're going to dismiss the marijuana case against you. You're pleading on the DWI. You need to understand that the DWI will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. It's even there after you die. This is important because when you get pulled over, what do you think an officer does?
You're gonna check if I'm either high or drunk.
Well, the first thing, they're going to look at your record. They're going to see that you have a prior DWI. If they come up to you and smell alcohol or dope, what do you think they're going to do?
Be back in the same situation I am today.
Right. What we're doing today, you will now forevermore be facing a minimum of 30 days in jail. Do you understand? No more proverbial slaps on the wrist from now on. It's a minimum of 30 days in jail.
Understand.
Okay. You give up a lot of rights by entering this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, you can never change this. It will go on your record and it'll be there forever. Is this what you want to do? How do you plead to the offense of driving while intoxicated? I will find you guilty. I will send you to 3 days in jail. I'll give you credit for the 1 day that you've done. I'm going to suspend your license for 90 days. Do not drive until you get a license. Good luck, sir. Thank you.
On the third charge, I was worried about that. He's a dishwasher at Mambo's and makes $1,800. And besides every, the light, water, gas, he's got a quick cash loan, Judge, that they've had him for years. At the interest, he has to pay $450 twice a month on that.
What?
Yeah. So for a loan that he borrowed some money, and I was just going over this.
That's insanity.
I had got a good
What interest rate is that? 50%?
I think they said probably 40. They told me if I pay less than the minimum or don't pay past the minimum, they increase the payment wise. Before it was like
You need to
380.
get that thing paid off, man. They're
That's what
taking you
I'm
for a
trying
ride and then some. That's lunacy.
I had to fix my truck. The transmission was messing up, so I needed to borrow a chunk of money to try to rebuild the transmission on
That's
it.
usurious.
Sorry.
That's usurious.
No, it's
Usury.
terrible. No. It's like, what? That's it.
You gotta go pay that thing off, man. If you gotta go sell the truck to go pay that thing off, that's what you gotta do.
That's what I'm thinking about because right now I can't drive. It's messing up on me now. So
Even the court costs, Judge, we were,
It would cost you more or it cost you less to take an Uber everywhere than what you're paying for that payday loan. That's
well, at this point, I'm thinking about considering a bike to take to work, so I'm not worried about Uber. I'm not too far from my job, so it won't be too much.
if you're paying that much money, you're better off renting an apartment close to the Mambo where you work and taking a bike and sell your car to pay off that loan. That's ludicrous.
Bike ride to my house is like 20 minutes, 30 minutes at most. Not too far. But as of right now, I can't.
Okay. But I'm gonna tell you now, if you come back here with another DWI, I'm gonna tell you what he's asking me to do is he's asking me to wipe off about $3,500 worth of court costs, fines and fees to DPS that you would otherwise be paying today. When you get a DWI second, it hits around $7,500 and greater. Get ready because you come back with the DWI, it's very possible that happens. Think before you get into a car. Even if you've had half a beer, you get pulled over, it's not going to go well. Don't get into a car, even if you've had a sip of alcohol. Do you understand? We're not going to play this game again. Okay. All right. You got it. Yeah. Okay. Yay. Are you dad? Stepdad. I'm so happy you're here. This is great. I'm going to bring him out now. And I got to say, I'm happy that you didn't bond him out. Great. He needs to learn that it's not a joke. And I think that so far he's been taking it as a joke. So essentially what we did was I had him evaluated to see what's going on in his life, what he's doing, where he's going. It's not gone well, you know? Ninth grade education, got his GED, which is great, but it looks like it's just gone downhill. Coming up, Mr. Krumholtz.
This is a critical moment. The judge is making it crystal clear. Your record follows you. The officer doesn't just react to what you do today. They react to your history. Quick question for viewers. Should prior offences automatically affect how new stops are handled?
Guys, if you go that,
No, family.
no, you can't.
Come on around.
It's a security
I need
issue.
you this way for me. That way. Counselor, I need you. Step this way. There you go. All right.
So the deal is this, is that the alcohol is kind of ravaged him. You know, we have self-destructive behavior. We've got memory loss, blackouts. From what is reported, wants to stop but can't stop kind of thing. The report says and indicates that you are to do intensive outpatient treatment program followed by supportive outpatient treatment program. I want to give you the chance to do this, Mr. Krumholtz, but I want you to understand that I'm not playing games. And that's why you are now still sitting in orange. And I'm not going to play this game with you again. I will give you but one opportunity to try to do this on your own. And if you're incapable of stopping, if you're incapable of doing it on your own, then I'm going to put you into an inpatient treatment facility. It's going to happen. It's whether are you going to be able to do it on your own? If not, then we're going to do it my way. And you're not going to like the way that I do it. But it's going to happen one way or the other. And I can extend you for the next 3 years, and I'll do it in a heartbeat to make sure that you're clean and sober. Not only does he have the case with us, but he has another one in another county. I don't know. Have you spoken to Mr. Elick yet? Okay. The problem is this, is that how are you going to pay for it?
How's he gonna pay for it?
Because while he's in custody, I can pay for things. When he's out of custody, I can't pay for it. And I'll tell you, the intensive outpatient is around $500 to $600. How are you going to pay for this, Mr. Krumholtz? When is the last time you've had a job?
I haven't had work in about a month, but
Beforehand.
landscaping, like I said, Your Honor. And around this time is when I start doing Christmas lights. Well, my stepdad does the same thing, but I kind of learned from him, so I typically do it around this season.
There's no greater role model than a dad or a mom, really.
Think you'll be able to pick up enough business to pay for,
Yes, sir.
pay for this?
Do you think he'll qualify for TAC funding?
I'm not sure what he reported to the probation officer. I can do another financial affidavit and see if he qualifies for that.
Okay, we're going to have you do an affidavit, financial affidavit, in hopes that you can qualify so that we can pay for it for you. If I can't, I want to pay for it for you. If I can, I will. That way you don't have to worry, because money is an additional stress that we don't need. I want him to have a device though. Okay. Yeah, I want you to have a device so that I know that you're not consuming alcohol. If the one time you consume alcohol, you will get another warrant and you will stay with me this time. And I'm going to tell you now, the treatment facility, the program is a minimum 6 to 8 months if you respond well to treatment. If not, you could be potentially there for 1.5 years in a treatment facility. Do you understand? It's going to happen one way or the other. That's it. So once he's released, must have a job within 30 days. So you have your own company, or what about?
Pressure washing, exterior cleaning. We do Christmas lights about this time.
What about Mr. Krumholtz working?
So we don't have the work right now. I have 2 employees currently. It just wouldn't be fair to.
No, and I'm not asking you to do anything that would, okay.
But I have told David that, in fact, for example, we have 2 weeks of parking lot striping coming up next week. that, I would like him to be there. He's an amazing, amazing worker when his head is in the game. When the emotions, all those things get involved.
It's a great sign.
It gets a little more difficult, but
That's the idea. You got to understand that this life, this life is a journey, Mr. Krumpholz. And I'm going to tell you now, how old are you? You're 22. If you don't have any money, your life really is going to suck. Really, really bad. The divorce rate is so high in this country because one reason. No one has money. And when you don't have money, what happens? You start fighting. And when you fight, what happens? And it's a cyclical process. It's over and over and over. People fight. They have no money. They have no education. They have no way of getting money. And they can't buy anything. And then they end up getting divorced. You set yourself up now. And you work your ass now so that when you're in your 40s, 50s, and 60s, you have money. You can go on fabulous vacation, fabulous trips. You can buy a Jaguar. Go to, a Michelin star restaurant. Landscaping, you will have a very tough life. Unless you're able to have some kind of extravagant, really kick-ass business.
I put a lot of work into it. I'm very creative and it's something I do like to do. I've slacked. I haven't been doing what I was supposed to do.
It starts with one thing, a clear head. And as he said, you're an amazing worker when you have a clear head. That's all it takes. Mind over matter. That's what it's about. So I will give you this opportunity. It's the last time. I'm not going to do this again. You test positive again. You pick up a new case. I will keep you with me for a very long time. Do you guys have anything you'd like to add or state?
His name is David. African David. And the second David, he had amazing, had a big heart. My son has a big heart, and he had to go through this discipline as well. And I do believe that when David decides to honor God and surrender himself to God, there's going to be a lot of things that will happen for him. But he needs to start with him wanting to be better.
When you get out of here, where are you going?
Probably back to my grandma's house.
So that's what I'm getting at, I'd like to do that. And there's a couple of things that I'd like to do. I want to give him a curfew because I don't think anything good will happen in the middle of the night. I don't want you out in the middle of the night because there's nothing good that happens at 2 a.m. and I don't want you out. I want you to stay with mom so that she knows where you're going at all times. And I want you to either faithfully work or get back into school full time. If it were me, I would have you get back into school because the more education you get, it correlates the more money you make in life. That's it. In life, if something was easy, everybody would be doing it. No, it's very, very difficult to be a doctor. That's why they make so much. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it. Landscaping is an easy thing. That's why it's so difficult to make a lot of money in it. But if you get into school, get a great education, and you learn something that not many people know about, sky's the limit. I use this example a lot, and I know I got a lot of people waiting, but I have a friend of mine who, we all made fun of because he worked at Chick-fil-A, right? But he really liked it, and he did really well at it. He started, washing dishes at Chick-fil-A. He now owns 2 Chick-fil-A's, and he's making $400,000 a year, running 2 of the most successful Chick-fil-A's here in this county. Sick money he's making a year. He put his heart, put his soul into it. God, this guy's a limit. That's what's great about this country. That's what you need. And that's what's going to happen. And if not, you stay with me. You understand? So for the time being, you live with mom. You've got a curfew. Job within 30 days. Let's get the TAP funding and then IOP, SOP. And then, so the other thing is that he's got the case in the other county. I don't want him traveling other than having to deal with the case in that county as well.
Which device do you want me to get, the alcohol monitoring device?
The cheapest one, probably the portable device. Yeah. if you ever have any questions, if you ever have any issues, you know where to find me. I can always help you. If you see him slipping up, just let me know or let Mr. Elick know, and we'll do everything we can to help him. If you ever have any issues, call us, stop by, send me an email. I'm happy to help you in any way. We have another guy that reached out to me yesterday, is having issues, right? So email me and we're doing what we can to try to help him. So that's what it's about. You got to communicate with us and we'll help you. All right?
Your Honor, I do have a question. Will there be PO reporting?
Every month. Absolutely.
Testing and things like that?
Absolutely. I'm putting a device on him so I know that he's not consuming alcohol. He's going to have to blow into this device daily to prove to me he's not consuming alcohol. He's also going to have to take, weekly drug tests so that we know he's not, no marijuana, no mushrooms, no, nothing. No illegal drugs. You should be clean right now. Good. The next time I test you, if you test positive for marijuana, guess what happens? Right. It's not hard. Mind over matter. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for coming. All right. Good luck. Thank you, Ms. Reyes.
Did you catch that? $450 twice a month on a payday loan. That's over $10,000 a year for borrowing a fraction of that. Viewers, have you or someone you know ever been trapped in one of these predatory loans? Drop a comment because this judge is about to go off.
Hey.
Hola, buenos días, ¿qué tal? Me llamo Luis, el intérprete. Mucho gusto.
Nice to see you.
Solo mire después y le contesta nada más en
Last person on the
español.
very back docket.
Mírenlo ahí, por favor.
Sirium Mateo.
Eso es.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
Siri, you're not Mateo. El teléfono le está hablando al juez, ¿cómo le parece? Robot.
All right, Mr. Sirium Mateo,
Siri, Mateo,
you were charged with criminal trespass.
domicilio.
Order in the court,
Entrada
please.
sin permiso.
Come to my attention that you have now picked up 2 felony
Ya ha
offenses.
tenido 2 ofensas por delito mayor. Mire el juez, hermano.
So what happened in those cases?
Trespass or
No, in the felony cases.
felonies, so he's charged with fraudulent use of ID, so it says the officer dispatched to a Wheeler Transit Center and he observed the complainant holding the defendant on the ground. He had a verbal exchange with the complainant and then spat in the complainant's face, and once the defendant was searched,
He spat in the complainant's face?
yes, Your Honor. And then once the defendant was searched, incident to arrest, they found a bank card belonging to another complainant.
Que pertenecía a otro querellante.
And in regard to the harassment of public servant case,
Caso de acoso.
Got upset getting arrested?
yes, Your Honor.
Sí, señoría, no escuché lo que dijo la juez.
Let me see how that one's
Vamos a
split
ver
as.
cómo se declara. Mire, pues,
Is there an ice holder?
hay orden de detención de inmigración.
Currently, I don't see an ice hold.
Actualmente no veo orden de detención de inmigración.
Last page on the document. We gave you a PR
Le
bond,
dimos una fianza
Sirio Mateo.
personal, señor
The
Sirio.
only thing I asked you
Una cosa que yo le
is don't get in trouble.
no se metan
You've
problemas,
now picked up 2 felony cases.
casos por delito mayor.
As a result, I'm now going to revoke your bond and I'm going to raise it to 5,002. If you are able to bond out, you must appear here the next day.
El siguiente día, mire, pues, la cara
It
del
looks like your bonds up in the felony courts are set around 15,000. You guys show an immigration detainer? You do not? Okay. So far, there's no immigration detainer and I don't know. Ernesto, the felonies are set for 11/14. You want to set them for after? Or closer to? What would you like?
I can do the 15, Judge.
Yo puedo ser el 15,
Yeah, it's up to whatever you'd like. 11/15 would be,
19 del mes.
it's a Friday, so,
Yeah, the 19th, fine.
okay. All right, so you know that's what's expected of you, Mr. Zerium. If you bond out, you must appear here the next day
Al siguiente día,
so we can give you bond
para poder,
condition.
para poder darle sus condiciones de fianza. Pero mi hermano.
Oh, Your Honor, as it's pled, so the complainant that he spit in the face of
Was
is
that-
the public servant, yes, and then the complainant of the fraud case is the one that owned the card that was
Es el
found
dueño
on
de
the
la
defendant.
tarjeta que se le encontró en posesión de la casada. Señor, le voy a pedir por última vez, solo mire el juez.
Esa tarjeta la encontré nomás en el
Ok,
suelo.
muy bien. Puede irse con el oficial. Síguelo.
That right there is the judge drawing a legal line in the sand. Even a sip of alcohol is now a risk. Some might say that's extreme. Others call it preventative justice. What do you think? Should repeat offenders get zero tolerance?
He has paperwork to get enrolled, but he has to pay for it, yes.
He what?
GED, you also wanted him to get enrolled in the GED, for his GED course.
I asked you to do two things, Mr. Adame. The first thing I asked you to do was, anger management classes because,
Yeah, because I have a.
don't say anything. The other thing I asked you to do was enroll into a GED or like type program because you don't have a high school diploma, do you?
No, but I'm already enrolled in Penn Foster, but I need to pay. So that's why I barely started working, so I could pay. I haven't got paid yet. That's why.
This is really important. You can't go through life without a high school diploma. And every time you come here, I'm going to keep nailing that into your head so that at some point you get your GED or high school equivalent. You're going to get nowhere. You're going to make pennies to what other people make until at the minimum you have a high school diploma. You did an anger management class. This is great.
Okay.
Good job. I really hope that you took it to heart and you learn, because the idea is you don't want to pick up any more of these cases, and with patience, you won't. This is great work.
Thank you.
So how soon do you think you'll be able to start the GED?
Probably because I still gotta pay my bond, my monitor.
No, I'm paying everything for you.
No, I'm
He
paying
also
the
has
bond.
felony court.
I haven't paid
He has
for-
conditions in felony court, I believe.
No, I have to pay for the bond.
Can I pay for the felony one too?
The judge over there has to order.
Can I ask one question also?
Wait.
That money can be used for him to get the GED.
Correct.
Joe Wells is a lawyer upstairs.
Who?
Joe Wells.
Yeah, Joe Wells is the attorney upstairs. He did have to go back to court up there because he got a BVR, because we changed the address down here in this court for him to stay away from, and to the correct address for the complainant, because they didn't change it upstairs. So he had to go back to court, I think last week or something, and they had to
Have to be very careful.
get that straightened out.
Bond is really high there. And if you violate your conditions, they're going to revoke it and they're going to raise it, and they're probably going to make it $50,000. And you'll be stuck like Chuck in jail. So you've got to be very careful. If they give you a curfew, if they give you an exclusion zone, don't do it. Don't go there and stick to the curfew. It looks like they've already given you one pass. It's probably not going to happen again. Be careful, Mr. Adame.
Yes, sir.
It's only because they didn't have the address correction made upstairs in the felony court. We corrected it down here, but they didn't do it upstairs until they filed the BVR. And then I sent Joe Wells proof that, the complainant witness was at a different address.
Do you mind letting him know that because of the cost, it's preventing him from doing?
Right. I'll send an email to Joe. Sure.
Yes.
Oh, because I was gonna ask about the timing too. If I could change it, like, because I want to get another job, but
Well,
since I'm like,
The curfew is upstairs, not
oh,
down here.
I don't,
oh,
guys, do I have him on a curfew?
I don't think you did, Judge. I think you just had the exclusions on.
No, currently he's not.
The curfew's upstairs in the back.
oh, okay.
So this judge has no jurisdiction.
Oh, okay.
I can't take the curfew off. And I can't pay for it upstairs, otherwise I would too. You know?
I'll send Joe an email.
Please hold all conversations, please.
Please.
Sure.
So,
You want to resend it for about 3 weeks to come back with GED?
No,
Do your best to get
Yes, sir.
working on your GED. I'm telling you, it's the best thing for you, right?
thank you.
And do you want appearance required to show proof of the GED? I'll resend it for about 3 weeks.
Thanks,
Have
Carl.
a seat.
What, Mr. Donnie?
Thank you, Judge.
No problem.
John D.
Somebody has it.
This is Mr. Miss
Alan?
Washington, I'm sorry about. I said Mr.
No worries.
No worries, brother.
Oh, I ain't worried about.
This is Ms. Washington.
I just called him Mr.
Good morning.
What are we doing, Alan? What is it? 180 days? Is there any restitution that's due and owing? Shh.
Don't believe so, not pursuant to the agreement, Your Honor.
Okay. So the cases upstairs, has anything happened on those yet or no? They're still open?
They're still open, Your Honor.
Ms. Washington, you're charged with criminal mischief. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You've worked out an agreement. They're offering you 180 days in jail with 52 days credit. You give up a lot of rights by entering this agreement. You need to understand that this charge will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. Because of your priors, you'll be facing a minimum of 90 days in jail for any other cases that you pick up. You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, you can never change this or undo this. Is this what you want to do, ma'am? How do you plead to the offense? I will find you guilty. I will sentence you to the agreement. Good luck, man. Okay, thanks, Alan.
Who else is your?
Hey, John.
Judge, we just have a quick plea on Mr. Luis Vallejo. Should be in front of you. May I bring him up, Judge?
Please.
Please.
Good morning, Mr. Vallejo. Good morning. Mr. Vallejo, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement. They're offering you 3 days in jail, credit for the 1 day that you've done. You need to understand that this charge will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. If you're ever pulled over in a car and officers want to see your prior DWI, what do you think they're going to do if they smell alcohol or dope on you? From now on, you'll be facing a minimum of 90 days in jail. So the proverbial slap on the wrist, you understand? You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. So you don't want to do a PTI. You don't want to do a PTI on this thing.
I'd like a probation. We'll talk about it.
You realize that once you plead guilty, it's going to go on your record. You can never take it off. It's there for the next, well, until you die. Even after you die, it's still there.
Sure.
This is a lifetime decision. There's no coming back. You sure?
Sure.
Okay. How do you plead to the offense of driving while intoxicated? I will find you guilty. Are you appointed or retained? What do you do for a living, Mr. Vallejo?
Some mechanics. Diesel mechanics, sir.
That right there is the judge drawing a legal line in the sand. Even a sip of alcohol is now a risk. Some might say that's extreme. Others call it preventative justice. What do you think? Should repeat offenders get zero tolerance?
Come on.
I think, but it's about
a week.
That's because I pay child support.
Oh, good. Does it come out of your check?
Out of my check already.
Wonderful. That's great. Okay. All right, I have to suspend your license. I'm going to suspend it for 90 days, sir. Do not drive until you get a license. And good luck to you, sir. Thanks, guys.
The 90 days, sir?
Yes, sir. I have to, that's the minimum. Don't drive until you get a license, otherwise you're gonna be right back over here, okay? All right, good luck. Are you ready? You ready?
I'm here on, Miss Luna, Cindy Luna. She's paid for everything. She's already signed all the paperwork for the PTI. You know, her problem is one that's that of economics. She has not yet gotten the portable device. She gets paid in 2 weeks to get it in. Cindy Luna.
Page 14.
9 days. Is she here?
Yes, sir.
Luna, come up. Mr. Villarreal, September 26th of this year, the mitigation packet was not submitted. We told her that we had 2 weeks or else the case would be rolled day for day. Gave another 2.5 weeks to get all that done. Then we give another 2.5 weeks and now we're back and she still doesn't have it done.
Yeah,
I mean,
she had not paid the, I think the DA's fee last time, and, it's her job that she's a server at the airport. She's unlimited income. She needs about 2 weeks to be able to afford the device.
where do you work?
Polaris Lounge,
Okay. How often do you work?
5 days?
Just Fridays?
No, 5 days. 5.
5 days. Can you not pull double shifts to get extra work?
They don't give overtime.
How much money are you making a week?
Like 800 a week.
Sorry?
800 a week.
And who do you live with? Who do you live with?
By myself. I pay my bills by my own.
Gilbert, I'll give you the 2 weeks. If it's not done in 2 weeks, I'm setting it for trial. I will not take any more excuses. Your case is 209 days old. If you don't have the interlock in by the next 2 weeks, then that's it. I'm not going to give you any more time. People have to have it done by 180 days. And I'm going to tell you now, statistically speaking, the longer someone takes to get into a diversion program here, historically, the higher we see that they end up messing up and they get kicked out of the program. Here we are, 210 days, you're still not in. No more time after the 2 weeks. It will be an immediate trial setting. You understand? Okay?
Thank you, Judge.
All right.